Dr. Rita, India has been amongst the first few countries to have introduced biofin and you have been involved with this process right from the beginning in 2015. What would you say are some of the key takeaways from India's expenditure review?
Thank you, Dr. Ruchi. Let me start by saying that this was a very interesting exercise, first of its kind in India, so we really enjoyed doing it. In terms of key takeaways, well, several interesting results have emerged, but if I were to pick three, let me pick the following. The first being that government budgets are the principal source of biodiversity funding in India, and this is being done through schemes and programs of as many as 18 different ministries. Ministry of Environment is the key ministry, but other important ministries are Ministries of Agriculture, Water and Rural Development. The second point, which is also very interesting, is that in India, states on an average during the study period of 7-8 years that we have used are spending 0.2% to 0.39% of their state domestic product, which looks good, especially when compared with the recent estimate of OECD, which puts global biodiversity funding at 0.1% of the global GDP. The third point is regarding what do we do going forward. We have found that if coordination between different ministries and departments can be increased, then there is a good scope for improving the focus of biodiversity finance. And fortunately, this is being tried in the context of SDGs in India, and which is working well. So our recommendation would be that this model be emulated for biodiversity finance.
You said that this was the first of its kind study, and usually when you start something new, there are always challenges. So what kind of challenges did you face in conducting this expenditure review?
Oh, many. The key challenges I would like to outline. The first was that, as I said earlier, that multiple institutions and ministries are involved in supplying biodiversity finance in India. So the first challenge was to identify these actors and put them in a framework that would ensure that we do not double count, and also that our estimates are comprehensive. So that means we don't leave out any institution. The second challenge was mainly related to methodology. For example, it was a challenge defining what constitutes biodiversity finance. The second challenge was attribution methodology. Different countries have used different methodology, and in literature there's no single methodology available. The third challenge was classification of various activities of biodiversity conservation into something which would also correlate with the NBTs that we follow in India. And lastly, tagging biodiversity finance related activities to NBAP was another challenge.
Mm-hmm. The National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan.
Strategy and Action, that's right.
Given that there are limited sources of funding for conservation globally and even at the country level, how do you think can expenditure review aid in enhancing the budget allocation?
Expenditure review by its nature can answer questions like how much money is being spent on biodiversity conservation. It can also answer questions like whether this is enough or not. So once we have these results, then these can potentially inform the strategies that can be employed in scaling up, whether it is budgetary funding or through other sources.
Thank you so much for joining us today here, and we welcome your comments and views.